Yeah, this is challenging because I'm at the end and everybody seems to be ready to go home. I would like to pick up what Sam said before, that the air pollution the air pollution is a public health emergency. And I can share one of the example of it is from, sorry, I need my slide. Okay, so for air pollution, we know that we have indoor and outdoor pollution. For indoor pollution, it's ranged from cooking, smoking in the smokes in the kitchen, and then secondhand smoking, secondhand tobacco, and some other activities inside the house. For instance, spraying, insect spraying, and other activities like home industry that done inside the house, because many poor people doing their business at home, and sometimes they burn like the electronic waste, they burn it in their kitchen. And in the example that I'm going to show after this is the example of how they burn gold in the kitchen, because they mix it with mercury and then they burn it in the kitchen, where the family also sitting in the kitchen and watch how the amalgam, the silver, turn into gold. So that's fascinating the whole family, including the children, the grandma, and so on. So they were all sitting in the kitchen. So the kitchen became a contaminated area, because when we measure the mercury in the kitchen, in the air in the kitchen alone, it reached up to 8,000 nanogram per cubic meter. The safe level is 1,000. So if we follow the guidance from the US Human Health Services, 1,000 until 10,000 nanogram per cubic meter, it means people have to be prepared to be evacuated. So in many areas in artisanal small-scale gold mining in 70 countries, there are lots of practice like this conducted inside the kitchen, inside the living room, and behind or just at the backyard, which created a lot of mercury vapor circulating in the neighborhood. Next slide, please. Just next, skip that one. This is just an example of the forest fire that previously explained by our colleague Helda, that the air pollution is not static and stayed in one place, but it moves around. And in some cases, POPs, pollutants, persistent organic pollutants, and heavy metals, they could travel far from its source. So we have to understand the implication of the air pollution. It's not going to pollute our own country, our own neighborhood, but also far from its source. It could travel far from its source. We also knew that well in the Atlantic and the Arctic also already have high mercury concentration. But there's no industry there. Where they get it from? So they got it from hot climate and then travel far and deposit it in the cold weather. Next, please. Next, please. Just next. I just want to show. This is a video clip, actually. I don't know. You can play it? Can you? Oops. No. Yeah, if you click the middle part of it near the hand of the guy, sorry, no, just go back. It's okay, it's okay. Actually, this is a video where a man practicing burning the gold amalgam that mixed with mercury in the neighborhood. When I took this video, actually, if it's up and running, you can see the children running around at the back, and then at the back of the guy over here. So also mothers carrying children. So at the local level, at the community level, the pollution move around and inhaled, because you said breathe, take your breath. So when I went to the field like this, I can't even put my mask on because I can't, because these people, they inhale the air that contaminated by mercury, but me coming there, measuring the mercury in the air and so on, if I took measures for myself, it's not fair. So can you move the next slide, please? This is to map out the mercury concentrations in one village. So the green level is the safe level, and yellow is the alert level, and red is the danger level where people should be evacuated. So if we look around closely and map it out, we can see that the pollution is not only static in one place, but also spread out in every corner of the village. Next, please. And of course, children are the most vulnerable population. I'm sorry, I presented this picture of the children without covering their eyes. Some of them already passed away. And they experience a lot of seizures because they inhale a lot of mercury-contaminated air. So they got medications and so on, but yeah, the parents keep practicing burning gold in their house. Next. Yeah, so I just want to highlight with that example that of course, first we have to cut the source of the problem, cut the mercury, stop the trade of mercury. It's the same and applicable with other pollutants in the industry. Stop the source, cut the source, eliminate, phase out, and introduce the safer alternatives. Better technology, safer technology, formalize them, provide capacity building for the businesses or small-scale entrepreneurs, and then increase the capacity of the local government to monitor, because many local governments and do not have sufficient laboratory to analyze samples properly. Many laboratories only exist in the capital. So how are you going to understand the spread or the distributions of the pollutant if you don't also support the capacity of the local government? Yeah, maybe I stop right there, Ajay.